Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down Church Street. I'm P9, this is dope, and I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, this is a dope sculpture right over here on Church Avenue. And it's a giant bronze oarsman appearing to paddle a boat that's half submerged in the sidewalk. A very unique piece of art. Never seen anything like it before, but this is really dope. And it was sculpted by David Phelps in 1988. And it is made out of bronze, so there you have it. I'm back at it again. This your boy P9, and I am here in Knoxville, Tennessee on this beautiful Thursday morning. And I'm getting ready to start this tour of Knoxville, Tennessee, walking down Clinch Avenue over here by the World's Fair Park, and eventually make my way into downtown. But this your boy P9. I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Now, Knoxville is the county seat of Knox County, and it is the largest city in the eastern portion of Tennessee and the third largest city in Tennessee overall, behind Nashville and Memphis. So this is the first time I've done a vlog in Knoxville. I've covered the other 3 big cities in Tennessee. That's Nashville, Memphis, and Chattanooga. But I'm finally here in Knoxville. So I'm gonna go down this way. So Knoxville is also a fast growing part of Tennessee, right next to Chattanooga and Nashville, because the metro area now has a population of 879,000, and Knoxville itself has a population of 190,000. So it definitely has a 6-figure population, so it's definitely growing for sure. But I'm over here now at World's Fair Park. Now, World's Fair Park was established in 1982 during the 1982 World's Fair, which was held right here in Knoxville. As you can see right here. And the 82 World's Fair was an international exposition held in Knoxville, which focused on energy and electricity generation. So that was the whole purpose of the World's Fair in 1982 right here in Knoxville. And it's also right here by a railroad track. And there goes a bridge right over here. That flows over Clinch Avenue. And that right there is called the Sunspere. Now, the Sunspere is probably the most iconic structure in in Knoxville. It too was completed in 1982 during the World's Fair. So it's an observation tower. It looks like it has a gold sphere. So it's 81 feet tall. And you see right underneath this bridge right here, you see the string lights. You also see the water right here. And they have an amphitheater over here as well. But let me go ahead and walk around this way. Go underneath this tunnel and check it out. National Survivors Day 1998. It's a bunch of tiles right here with a bunch of names on it, I guess in commemoration of National Survivors Day. So this is for, I guess, for a bunch of individuals who survived cancer. So shout out to all these individuals. This is a nice little display right here. I'm underneath this tunnel so I can hear my echo. That was really nice right there. I also like this view of the Sunspere right here. And there goes the waterfall. They got a nice park over there too. Really spacious. And check this out right here. Look at this beautiful work of art right here. This mural that has birds flying from this end to all the way through the top. It's really nice right here. And this mural has a hashtag of Knoxville remembers, Knoxville what lifts you, and at Kelsey Montague Art. That name looks familiar. It looks like one of my previous vlogs, I think I displayed one of their work of art, or I vlogged and saw one of the works of art by Kelly Montague, so shout out. And this was in dedication to you know, a lot of the Knox County friends and family members lost to C-19 in 2020 and 2021. So, and also in dedication to all the individuals in the community who bonded together to help, you know, like basically deal with the C-19 in the area. So really nice work of art right there. So Knoxville was founded in 1791 and incorporated in 1815. It was actually the first capital of Tennessee. It's located near the Smoky Mountains. So the city, of course, has a lot of elevation for a southern city anyway. It's also the site of the Battle of Fort Sanders in 1863 during the Civil War. And it grew rapidly following the war as a major wholesaling and manufacturing center. So it experienced a decline like a lot of other cities after, you know, in the 1920s. You know, it definitely suffered a decline as a result of the stagnation of the manufacturing sector here in the city. But it made a revitalization in 1982 with the World's Fair. So that helped pretty much revitalize the city of Knoxville. And it's been good, and it's been up ever since then. And as you can see right here, I'm over here at the Knoxville Convention Center. So of course, this is where a lot of the conventions and events go down. Tennessean Hotel right here. So I'm making my way downtown now. Knoxville is also known as the home of the University of Tennessee, the flagship university of the University of Tennessee system. So that's the Tennessee Vols, and it's located right here in Knoxville. We're gonna see that later. Shout out to the Knoxville Fire Department, up and at it early this morning. So I'm at the corner of Clinch and Locust Street now. Okay, this looks like the Women's Suffrage Centennial Plaza. Like the Byrne Memorial. It's a sculpture right here. The Feb and Sumner, Byrne and her son, Harry, who made Tennessee the state whose ratification of the 19th Amendment enfranchised American women, a giant step towards a more perfect union. So this memorial stands as a reminder: every vote counts, every letter or phone call counts. One more person doing the right thing can make all the difference. Erected by the Suffrage Coalition. So this just commemorates the women's suffrage movement when they were, you know, fighting for the right to vote and everything like that. In dedication to Harry T. Byrne, who was on the Tennessee House of Representatives and the Tennessee Senate. And this is the East Tennessee History Center, this building right here. Master Sergeant Roddy Edmonds of Knoxville served in the U.S. Army during World War II He was taken prisoner by the Germans at the Battle of Bulge. Edmonds was held prisoner at the Stalag IXA POW camp near Ziegenhain, Germany. So this is just a prisoner of war right here. Master Sergeant Roddy Edmonds. That was I wonder what this building is. Looks pretty interesting. I know this right here is St. John's Cathedral. So I'm now at the corner of Cumberland Avenue and Market Street. Let me go this way. Looks like a courtyard over here. Morning. Yeah, check this out. This is called the Beloved Woman of Justice, and it's by Audrey Flack. It was sculpted in 2000, and this Beloved Woman of Justice was created for Howard Baker Jr. U.S. Courthouse in Knoxville. Beloved Woman of Justice invites the viewer to contemplate and reflect on the meaning of the law of our judicial system. So this is right. It looks like this is the courthouse in this building right here. I wasn't too sure, but it is the Howard Baker Jr. U.S. Courthouse, and right out here sits the beautiful sculpture of Beloved Women of Justice, again by sculptor Audrey Flack. So that's really dope. You know that, hey, you know I like me a nice sculpture now. Especially if they're, you know, most sculptures do have meaning to it. So it looks like a lot of these buildings around this area are just kind of like courthouses and government buildings, stuff like that, you know. This is the county building right here, Knox County building. I take it this is a courthouse as well. So as usual, I'm gonna go up here and check it out and get some exploration going. It's the Knox County Courthouse, the old Knox County Courthouse. And check this out. I assume, because I see these cannons right here, that this was a site of a major battle during the Civil War. And it's the old county courthouse. The third courthouse of Knox County was across Main Avenue to the north from 1842 to 1886. There, 12 Union raiders who were charged with train stealing in the 1862 Great Locomotive Chase in Georgia were tried in 1863. One was convicted. The trial was then adjourned and the prisoners were sent to the Atlanta because of increasing Union raids in East Tennessee. The courthouse was used as a hospital for the wounded of both armies in the fall of 1863. So yeah, this is where, again, this is a battle site, a battleground for the Union soldiers in the Civil War. And this is what the old courthouse looks like up close. So I wonder what this building is used for now. Is it more like, being that it's the old courthouse, is it more or less just like a museum? There goes a monument right here. Kind of gives me those Washington Monument vibes right there. It's pretty much shaped the same way. My guy right here holding the rifle. So this was during the Spanish War. So this is a Spanish War Veterans Memorial. Okay. And again, this is right outside the old Knox County Courthouse building. And Knoxville is a lot bigger than I anticipated though. I mean, their downtown is pretty massive. It's pretty spread out. You know, I'm over here at the corner of Gay and Main Street. So I'm gonna make my way down Gay Street in just a second. That's like the major thoroughfare in downtown Knoxville. So here it comes. This is the Truist building, and outside the Truist building is this nice little fountain. I like how it's sculptured, as you can see right here. But now I'm on Gay Street. So this is where it really gets interesting. Not that it wasn't interesting before, but Gay Street is pretty much where a lot of the major sites of Knoxville are located. It's where a lot of, you know, the fun stuff happens. the First Horizon building right here. And this building right across the street over there is called the Bijou Theater, which was built in 1909 as an addition to the Lamar House Hotel. So this basically was used as a vaudeville theater and a second run theater as well. So it's a very historical gem right here in Knoxville, right here on Gay Street. So this street is more like kind of like the recreational, touristy part of Knoxville. There you go. See that sign right there, that Tennessee? It's a theater. It's called the Tennessee Theater. It's a movie palace that was built in 1928 in the 1908 Burwell Building. The Burwell Building was considered Knoxville's first skyscraper. And look at the display that they have right here. Just a bunch of trinkets and souvenirs and things of that nature. That's nice. And they actually have a series of Broadway shows right here coming up in the ensuing months, December through January, February, April, May. They have a Back to the Future musical coming in May. It's gonna be made from May 27th to June 1st. I might actually come back around that time just to even come to Back to the Future was one of my favorite movies. That old DeLorean, Marty McFly, I mean, come on. I gotta go check that out. But that is the historic Tennessee Theater. There's no set lease elapsing or expiring. If That's a nice building right there. I think that might be an apartment building or something. I see those balconies, or it might just be a hotel, who knows? But it's in a nice historical building. The white bricks, it's pretty cool. I like that. They have an Embassy Suites over here. As I'm now in the theater district, which was evident by what we just saw with the Tennessee Theater. This is actually a Regal Theater right here. So this is a modern movie theater right here downtown. I remember in my Lincoln, Nebraska vlog, there was a modernized movie theater downtown in that city. So there's another one right here in Knoxville. That's a nice sculpture right over there. That's dope. I like that. I like that. They even have a marketplace right here. Somewhere you can come get your snacks, get a little, you know, get your coffee and everything like that. It's a Fidelity building right over here. The University of Tennessee College of Architecture and Design. But I know Gay Street during peak hours, this place is, especially on the weekends, I'm pretty sure this place is pretty lit because there's a lot of establishments right here. Ice cream shops, mom and pop stores, of course the movie theaters. Looks like most of the activity goes on right over here at Gay Street. It doesn't seem like it right now because it's super early in the morning, but usually when I do my vlogs, I get an early start in the morning before a whole bunch of people come out. So that's just what it is. They have a Kilwin's ice cream parlor right here. I've had their ice cream before. I actually ate at Kilwin's a few years ago, and Atlantic Station in Atlanta. The ice cream's pretty good. A Mass General store over here. So they sell a bunch of just different knickknacks and stuff like that. I'm gonna make my way across the street over here. check this out. Goes a mural over here that was designed in 2013 by Bobby Cruz. And it's a mural that was produced by Visit Knoxville and dedicated to all of the artists, musicians, and visionaries that make the city of Knoxville and Knox County a great place to live, work, play, and visit. And the contributing artists to this mural is Bobby Cruz, Ken Britton, Walt Fieldsda, Curtis Glover, and Randall Starnes. But all of these images you see on the mural, it just basically illustrates Knoxville, Tennessee in a nutshell. You know, so it's really dope. You got the brother playing the saxophone. So apparently they have a jazz history right here in Knoxville. You have the Tennessee Volunteers logo. You see the orange T right there. Of course, the Tennessee University Volunteers are located right here in Knoxville. And you also have the Sunspere, which we saw live in action earlier. You see it in the top right hand corner. And you see the Tennessee and Bijou theaters that we just saw. And they also have a streetcar apparently right here in Knoxville as well. And you have the Smoky, you got the Smoky Mountains over there, which is where Knoxville is located. You got the Knoxville Zoo. You got WX or WD. Let me make sure I get it right. WDYK or WDVK 89.9 FM Blue Plate Special. So that is a radio station that's obviously a staple right here in Knoxville. Two people riding their bikes. A couple of, you know, one brother right over here strumming the banjo. Other lady right here playing the violin. And a brother over there playing the, looks like a, I don't know, I guess that's a violin or bass guitar or something of that nature. But this is really dope. And then you have the riverboat right over there. So this is just basically illustrates Knoxville in a nutshell. So the contributing artists, Bobby Cruz, Ken Britton, Walt Fieldsda, Curtis Glover, and Randall Starnes did a great job of putting that mural together in 2013. And it's called A Postcard for Knoxville, by the way. That's the title of it, A Postcard for Knoxville. And it just so happened that mural is on the side of this Visit Knoxville. So I guess this is a visitor center. You know, most major cities have a visitor centers that you can go to and get maps and get souvenirs from the city and everything like that. So here it is right over here. And they're doing some construction over here, by the way. This is a 300 building.